Hello and welcome back to Colonial Airstream. I'm Patrick Botticelli. Since the successful reboot of the Airstream Basecamp 16-foot in 2017, Airstream has developed an all-new base camp. This is the all-new 2021 Airstream Basecamp 20-foot. The exterior length is 20 foot, that's from the ball to the back of the trailer. The exterior width is only 7 foot 9 inches. The exterior height with the optional air conditioning is 9 foot 5. If you don't get the optional air conditioning, it's only 9 foot 1. The interior height with the air conditioning is 6 foot 7 inches. Interior width is 7 foot 2.5. And the base weight of the trailer, that's before factory options, is 3,500 pounds, giving you a maximum trailer capacity, or GVWR, of 4,300 pounds. The net carrying capacity is 800 pounds, and the hitch weight with batteries is 535 pounds. The model we're featuring today is the Basecamp X. That's an upgrade package that gives you a beefier rim and tire, an axle lift, and heavy-duty stone shields over your front body and rock protection called solar stone guards. Let's look at the pricing. The base MSRP before factory options is $45,900. This has the optional 180 watt solar charging system, which gives you two 90 watt panels on the roof, a solar charge display and controller, and two AGM Group 24 series 80 amp hour batteries. They're 12 volt in parallel. That's $2,400. The optional microwave is $250, and the optional air conditioning, the rooftop 9200 BTU air conditioning with electric heat strip, that is $1,200. The Basecamp X option is $3,000, and currently the destination charge is $1,400. This has a total MSRP price of $54,150. Has a screen door at the entry door, a rollaway screen door, a double entry step, and on the entry door it has a privacy blind. Let's head inside and check out the floor plan. Inside it has a very large spacious front seating area, which also converts into bed. This is 43 inches by 78. It also has a 4.3 cubic foot refrigerator that runs on 12 volt or 110. That's an AC/DC refrigerator. Has an optional microwave above. You got a fantastic fan in the galley. Plenty of storage throughout. And has a wet bath. Inside the wet bath, you have a regular RV toilet. There's a shower wand up top. And there's a window in this bathroom. In the galley area, there is a 2-burner cooktop. Large picture windows here. This window opens and vents out. There's a sink area. You have electrical outlets here. Plenty of storage below. Very wide aisle. Has tie downs here. If you want to bring in a kayak, you could tie it down to the floor. And then the back bed / seating area has many different configurations. Right now, the way it sits, if you just wanted to sleep in the bench area, there is a 26 by 78 surface. If you're going to use it as a half bed and fold down a portion of the bed, it's 41 inches wide by 78 inches long. And then if you want to use it as a complete bed, it's 82 by 78, so it is a very large bed surface. It also becomes a dining area or a U-shaped dining area, depending on how you configure it. Above these gear racks here, there's storage below the floor on this model. On the 16-foot, it doesn't have this storage because there's a spare tire underneath there. This one has a spare tire up front underneath the A-frame. Back door opens up, has an insect screen that rolls down, a privacy curtain, and plenty of pockets in the back door. There's a reading light over the back door as well. On this side, there's another gear rack here. There's storage cubbies here in the bedroom. And then you have storage all throughout here. Now I gave you a basic overview of the floor plan. I'm going to go through it in a little bit more detail to show you how things work and where everything is. Starting with the air conditioning. This 9200 BTU air conditioning with electric heat strip would work when you're plugged into electricity at a campground or a portable generator. It has dials on it that allow you to select your fan speed. You have filters here as well, and then you could change the direction of the fan vent flow. In this storage rack above, there's a color here, and the color distinguishes the different interior colors. Right now we're in the Glacier Lake, so it's like a blue color with an orange stitching and an orange up accent. If you go into the Red Rock, it'll be a gray cushion with a red stitching and a red bar up top. And then you have Forest Ridge, which will be a green with a yellow stitching and yellow accent. So those are all three of their interior decor choices you have, and I like all of them, just the preference depending on what you like. Up top here, there's also a zip-in pouch for some boards, and that will allow you to install the back seating area. And you can take these cushions off the wall, put them in place, and then you can use this as a seating. So you have a big U-shaped seating area. Then underneath this bench, there's a good amount of storage. And in here are some legs. We have a tall leg, and we have short legs, and there's two of them, because there's two different ways you could use the tables. But all this storage in here is all interior storage, and you can put a lot of stuff in here, a lot of duffels. They even give you this area here for additional storage, and this back area to get to bulk storage here, which is also accessible through a cubby off to the side. Now if you put in the tall legs, there's a little screw piece here that goes into a notch, and you get it in there and you twist it, and that will tighten this screw and kind of clamp it in place. Then what you could do is take these bungees and take your tables out, and you can slip them on. And with the U-shaped dinette, I can sit here, I can move to here. These tables swing around and give you a larger surface here. So it does give you a lot of flexibility for the floor plan. If you take one of the tables out, what you could do is you can lift this up and flip this over, put the short leg in, now you have a surface that will allow you to do a smaller bed. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Lots of Velcro that holds everything down. Okay. Now you have a bed that you can sleep this way if you wanted to. I'm 5'9", just as a reference. And you can still have the dinette table all set up and functional. If you just wanted to crash for the night, one of these beds here is sufficient enough space for an adult to sleep without having to fold the whole entire bed down. But if you want to make it into the mega bed, if you take this table off, take the long leg off, put the short leg in, and all you have to do is flip this board over, put the table on, assemble the cushions, the same thing on this side, and now you have a bed the whole entire back of the trailer. Now that the bed is put away, I could get access and show you. In the back here, there's an electrical outlet, GFCI protected. That will work when you're plugged into electricity at the campground or a portable generator. You have a furnace duct here for your Suburban furnace. It has a USB 12-volt charge port here as well. Up top on the gear rack here, you can see there's plenty of room between the ceiling and the net here. There's a venting window, so any of the windows that physically open have insect screens on them. And you just pull the handle out, push, and that vents out to give you plenty of flow. Close it, just clamp it away. Snap in a little sunbrella cover here that covers the hardware. There's some cubbies here on the wall which gives you access to a USB charge port and your water heater control. It's got a Suburban tankless water heater cubby here. This has optional solar charging system, so this is the Victron solar controller display. Sea level 2 tank monitoring panel allows you to monitor how much battery you have, fresh water, gray waste, and black waste. Difference between gray and black waste is gray is your sink and shower waste, and black would be your toilet. And the capacities on this trailer for the freshwater tank is 27 gallons. The gray waste tank is 28 gallons. And different from the 16-foot Basecamp, which has a combination gray-black tank, this has a separate black tank, which is 21 gallons total. Has a Suburban propane furnace, and this is the thermostat to control that. It's all plywood with laminate. There's no particle board or sticker in production. This corner here is an extruded aluminum structure which ties everything together nice and tight. Down below, there's a propane leak detector, another D-ring tie down, and this is an access panel to get to the furnace for service. So on this side, this board does not lift up for storage, but there is another access storage here in the back to get the other systems more electronics. So no storage on this side, all systems storage on the opposite side. Over here, these little doors here, these Lexan type doors have a magnet to keep them shut. You just push and that'll pop it. And then in here is the owner's bag. You have another storage here and another one below. So they're really relatively deep. This corner of the bathroom here is extruded aluminum. There's a structure, a metal structure around the door itself. A mirror on the entry door. A lockable handle with a little knob inside to keep the door shut. And then this door, when you're showering on the inside, this shower curtain covers the door area so you don't get water outside. It's got a fiberglass pan. This one has a porcelain toilet inside, and it's extended height. I'll step inside here so you can see you have a toilet paper holder which gives you protection for your toilet paper from getting wet. There's a ledge here for shampoo and conditioner. Drain plug for the shower drain on the floor. And then your hot cold controls for your shower wand, which hangs up on the wall. And once you get your desired temperature set, you could start and pause it to conserve water, and you can hang it back up when you're done or use it as a regular shower. So this is what they call a wet bath, where the toilet and shower combine, so everything in this compartment can get wet. There's also a gap at the top of the door to allow airflow, because there is a fan in the hallway there that will be your exhaust fan in addition to the fan that's in here. So you have two different ways. This will allow air in if you're using this fan. This will allow air out if you're using the big fan there. It depends on how hot of a shower you want. To use this vent, you just push up, push the button, and that exhausts out. There's an LED light in here. Really cool Basecamp branded storage here that snaps into the wall, so you can store a lot of different things in here. And then this receiver here is for a clothesline that's on this side that pulls across, and you could hang in light items, like you want to dry your bathing suit or dry some light items here, you could do that with the clothesline. And then on each side of the wall there's some hooks here that you could utilize for all different items that you might want to hook in. A lot going on in this bathroom. Up top here is a towel bar, or you could use this not for grabbing, it's not a grab bar, but it is a towel bar. Then you have a picture window here. This window does not open, but it does have a privacy curtain, and that velcros in to give you privacy while you're in this compartment. Let's step out here. Look at the back of the door. It also has a mirror on it as well. Up top, we have a fantastic fan. This has a manual lid. 3 different speeds. And then you can get the max or fantastic fan cover for it, and that'll allow you to leave it open when it's raining or leave it open when you're driving. It has a quick release screen here, so you can clean the blades off or the screen itself off when it gets clogged with lint or little bugs. Contour microwave. It should be about a 0.08 cubic foot. Small, relatively small, but it does the job. And then it has a NovaCool compressor style ultra efficient refrigerator, 4.3 cubic foot. There's a freezer up top here. There's a dial here that allows you to adjust your temperature setting, all the way 1 from 7. Anything like 5, 6, or 7 will be continuous operational. Run. Doesn't matter based on temperature. Normal use, I would leave it on 3, unless you're going to be opening and closing the door during a party or entertaining. You're going to be in and out of it a lot, then you would turn it up higher, but 3 should be all you need. But what's cool about these compressor style AC/DC refrigerators, they're a lot deeper than the standard absorption style that the industry uses that run on propane, and this is more efficient than a 3-way refrigerator as well. Below, there's another storage compartment here, very deep. You can put a lot of items in there. You have another one right here. Goes all the way to the wall of the trailer. You have your battery charge center here. So it has a battery charger, has your DC fuses, AC fuses. They're all resettable breakers here. And then the fuses themselves are automotive ATC style. That's for your 12-volt items. There's a 12-volt socket here. So if you have a little portable refrigerator you want to bring with you, you can plug that right in. You have some more USB charge ports, and then this has tank heaters on it. They're 12-volt tank heaters, and when you think about like your car, if you have heated seats in your car, there's a 12-volt pad in the back of that seat. That's pretty much what is on this trailer. The tanks are in an insulated chamber, and you could flip these on if you get an unexpected drop in temperature and it gets below freezing. That will protect those tanks from freezing. By no means is this like consider a 4-season trailer, but you can withstand unexpected drops in temperatures and protect your tanks down below. This is the kill switch here. This allows you to shut the whole entire battery system off. Still will allow your solar charging system to charge the batteries. Vinyl flooring, and this is on top of plywood floor on the Basecamp. And underneath the dinette, they did a really great job leaving this open. So this is open all the way around. You can see this fire extinguisher here off to the side. And then it sits on these benches here, and there's a little tab here, and that allows you to rest the table down, which I'll demonstrate shortly for you. But what's cool about this table is you can spin it around all different ways to get, depending on if you want to get in that side, you can spin it here. If you want to lock it up against that side and use that corner as more of a workstation area and have a view out this side, they do give you quite a bit of flexibility on that. And all these cushions here are curved and conform to the trailer itself in the front. And they do a really great job doing all the stitching, the foam density, very comfortable. But when you want to turn this into a bed, what you're going to do first is unclamp it, and it's telescopic. And these pieces that are underneath, that are stitched together, are the insert that allows this to go into bed. So what I do is I'll push the table down. Then when I get it close to where I need to go, I'll get that cushion on top of it. I'll get this cushion on top and then push it down. There we go. Make it all squared up. Then I'll lock these clamps in place. And I'll put the inserts in. And then these, if you wanted to leave it down when you're towing, have a strap with Velcro that keeps it in place. more like a tether so it doesn't work its way out. Again, I'm 5'9", so I'll show you. I can lay down. There's plenty of room if you want to tuck in. If you want a little bit more room, you can take these little cushions out too, but there's plenty of room for 2 people here. There's another gear storage up top here. The front windows do not open, but you have plenty of privacy. There's like a bungee to keep the shades from rolling out. All you do is zip them up, and you have complete blackout privacy. And once you get up to the top, it tucks behind, so there's no light at all that can come through there. Ceiling lights are all LED. You have equal bat insulation throughout. There's an exterior aluminum skin, aluminum ribs, and then an interior aluminum skin. The exterior is buck riveted. These are pop riveted. There's a smoke detector here, 9-volt battery inside. Change it every 6 months. Another gear rack here. A bumper over the entry door. This is that screen door we saw from outside. And then over here, they have key hooks, code hooks here you can utilize, and then all your lighting. You have outside light, you have inside light in the front, you have rear lights, and then you have your bathroom light as well. So lots of different lighting controls here. Grab handle at the entry door, a 2-burner cooktop. You just turn it to where the flame is, where it says light, hold that in, and push this in, and that'll ignite. Obviously you need propane to do that, which we don't have at this time. One's a high output, one's a lower output, and you never cook above the glass. You always leave this open and cook here. This window is a picture window, so it doesn't open, but this side window opens. Same as that little window on the side here. We push out, and it vents out. There's quite a bit, about 6 inches, but the whole length of the window. So there's plenty of airflow that could get through there. The sink, the Dometic sink, lifts up. Faucet lifts up. Bring your handle up so you could go hot or cold. And right now we have a little bit of water pressure. When we were at the tank monitoring system, I did forget to show you one thing. There is a water pump switch on the Sea Level 2 tank monitoring panel that allows you to pump up the pressure in your fresh water tank and pressurize the water lines of the trailer that will then give you water pressure out of your faucet. And once the pump turns on and pressurizes the system, it will shut off. It's a demand pump. So when it feels a drop in pressure, it will kick the pump back on to give you adequate water pressure. And you would never want to leave the water pump on if you did not have water in your fresh water tank, because it will run continuous and burn itself out. Also, too, never travel with the water pump on, and it's not necessary to keep the water pump on when you're hooked into the city water connection at a campground. Very important to fold your both levers down, not only the faucet, but the hand lever here before you close the lid. Storage here with bungees to keep stuff in. And then you got 3 big compartments. It goes up and over the wheel well on both of these here. And then you got these 3 here as well. So it gives you a lot of options. They even router in on their CNC machine, the silverware organizer. So it fits perfect here. Storage here and here. And they give you access panel for service if anybody ever needed to get to a service item that's back there. Now we took a tour of the inside. Let's take a walk outside and look at some more details. Entry door is about 1.5 inches thick with insulation. It's got a double lock. You can lock it from the inside, a little deadbolt while you're inside. Or you could lock the handle, so there's 2 different ways to lock it. It's got a nice firm shut. All this glass here is safety glass and it's tinted. That's your exterior porch light. And it has a special rail in it that if you ever decide to get the air tent, the new air tent, which retails through Airstream parts departments for about $2,000 plus tax, that will slide into that rail and you can utilize a tent, which has a separate tent off to the side, and you can exit the trailer. It has a canopy that separates the tent from the trailer. That way they're 2 separate zones. Entry step, the double step, just flip it up, tuck it away. Underneath the trailer, the bottom is wrapped in aluminum. There's flex foil insulation, and then these are the 2 tanks, both in an insulated chamber and have those 12-volt heat pads on it. This has a Dexter axle system. I'd never adjust brakes on it. The door catch is pretty cool. This door swings around, and there's a bumper here that protects it from overextending. You can latch it in there. And the latch stores right here. Got reflectors on the side. ABS plastic wheel well trim. Very aggressive Goodyear Wrangler tires. These are light truck tires, 235 55 R16. Plenty of ground clearance between the tire and the wheel well area. I wouldn't suggest going with a larger tire, but there's plenty of deflection allowed there. You want to check your lug nuts periodically. Check the owner's manual for the recommended torque specifications. Underneath here, you can see the back tapers up. You got these little approach bumpers here so you don't bottom out. Has stabilizer jacks, all four corners. These are the BAL stabilizer jacks that allow you to stabilize the trailer. This back here is another holding tank that's in an insulated chamber. There's an outside GFCI protected electrical outlet here. This is the kitchen galley vent window we talked about on the inside. You see the beautiful aluminum body with the buck rivets here. All the seams and the lines. They do a great job in design at Airstream, as well as the engineering to put together a really good product. LED taillights with these cast aluminum housings here. Rear cargo door allows it to open. Has a strap to keep it from overextending. Has privacy here. You can snap this in. Little pockets here for light items you want to store back here. You can get to the storage below the floor from back here. And in here is a multi-tool. You can put a 1/2-inch drive socket on the end, or you could use some of these sockets that are here. You can use it to put your jacks down. Has a propane quick disconnect hose for a little low pressure barbecue grill. AirstreamSupplyCompany.com has the Weber grill there, so does our parts department that is compatible with that. This is the insect screen that rolls down and seals this back area if you want to leave the back door open. And look at the height from the ground to the back here. So it allows you to go up, pretty steep inclines without bottoming out the back. And these bumpers here are your last line of defense. LED lights up top here, those are your running lights. Outside utility shower, this has hot and cold water outside. Got the hot and cold wand. This wand comes off here and hangs up, and you can rinse things off outside. If you wanted to get an enclosure, you could then get some privacy outside if you want to actually take a shower. This is the exhaust for the Suburban water heater. This is exhaust for the Suburban furnace. This has a city water connection with water pressure regulator built right in, so you can take this little cap off and hook up a freshwater drinking hose to this, and that will supply you continuous water to all your appliances and water fixtures off of the campground's water pressure. This one here, which is a lockable compartment, is your potable water. So if you want to carry your own water and use that 12-volt water pump inside, you would fill this tank here. When you fill it, if you wanted to ever drain it, below the trailer is the drain for the freshwater tank. There's also 2 low point drains for winterization if you want to drain down the water lines. And the winterization procedure, we would teach you that during our orientation, our hands-on training we do at our dealership. We also recommend after your orientation that's scheduled to spend the evening at our dealership so you can try everything out. If you have additional questions, the next morning we can still help you. If there's any challenges that come up, we can take care of it before you hit the road and head back home. Another unique thing about this trailer that's different from the other Basecamp, we have a black tank flush here. So after you empty the black tank, you can hook up a garden hose to this connection and flush out the tank. Now I'm going to show you where those are next. Here are your 2 holding tanks. So you have a gray tank with a gray handle, you have a black tank with a black handle. The cap comes off. You'd stick on the premium waste hose that Colonial Airstream gives you. Waste hose stores in this tube. This is where you'd put it when you're done using it. You just take the cap off here. and you slide it all the way in. That will fit up to 20 foot total, so there's plenty of room there. Once you snap on the waste hose, you always empty your black tank first. You pull this straight out. This is regular water. After the discharge is done and you're going to put it away, say you're going to put it in storage, then you can utilize a black tank flush, and you turn the water faucet on, and after you have this hose hooked up here, and after you empty the tank, that will spray down the walls of the tank, get all the residual waste out of the trailer. Then what you're going to do is close it, turn the water off, disconnect it, and then follow through with your gray tank. Pull that handle straight out, and your sink and shower soapy water will clean out your waste hose for you. When you get to the campground, you can plug into 30 amp service. That's what's needed to run everything in the trailer. It comes with a 25-foot detachable Marine Co. power cord that will lock in place here. We give you a premium adapter if you want to plug in at home and you want to run it off your regular house. Just note that you might not be able to run your rooftop air conditioning when plugged into a 15 or 20 amp outlet. Results may vary. This flips down, and this is storage here. Goes in pretty deep and all the way up to the front here. Now you can put wheel chocks, you can put hoses. This is a Zamp solar port, so if in addition to the rooftop solar, if you wanted to get a portable solar panel from Zamp, that will plug in right here. And that will be good for you to utilize if you're parked in the shade or you're putting in storage somewhere and there's not enough sun. You can position a portable solar panel whatever direction you'd want and charge those batteries. These rock guards here on a hinge, so you can swing them out. You undo these nuts here, swing them out. You can clean the body behind it. You can also unscrew these rock guards and clean your glass. Up front is the propane quick disconnect port. This is where that propane line will lock in. You can see underneath is the spare tire, which is cradled in place. It's built right into the body of the trailer. This is the VIN plate here, right on the front. Has a manual jack to raise and lower the height of the trailer on and off your vehicle. 2 5/16 inch ball. 7-way trailer plug. For standard vehicle 7-way, we recommend having also a charge lead hooked up on your vehicle. And you'll need an electric brake controller installed in your vehicle, whether it's hardwired or Bluetooth. This has the trailer breakaway cable. If for whatever reason the trailer and the truck came disconnected, this would pull out and lock the brakes on the trailer. Just never use this as a parking brake or never leave it out for a long period of time. It can burn the magnets out on the brake drums and it will rapidly discharge your battery. Safety chains here, it's always recommended to crisscross when you hook them up to your hitch receiver. And then the Colonial Airstream gives you a hitch coupler lock for the Demco coupler, which will prevent this from opening, allowing someone to get a ball underneath there and potentially stealing it. So this is a anti-theft device here, this hitch lock. Once you undo that, you can lift the coupler up and attach it to your vehicle and take off. In this cover here, this lifts up. I have the power cord stored in here. I have the long stabilizer jack crank stored in here. And then when you lift this up, it gains you access to get to the propane tanks. These are two 20-pound bottles. They're about 5 gallons apiece. There's a clamp that clamps both of them down to the frame of the trailer, and a regulator allows you to switch from left to right tank, and a sight gauge that goes from red to green. Red means the tanks are empty, green means there's some propane in the tanks. And if you leave both tanks on and the system's bled out properly, it will switch from one tank to the other if one tank is depleted. It's never recommended to store any additional items in this compartment, but you can store more things up top here. On this side, this is where the hook is to get the spare tire to swing down. And you have a D-ring here on the frame of the trailer, so you can tie additional items down, or dog leash you can put there. And then the frame is all steel, it's a boxed frame. And then that jack foot is removable. There's also 3M film on the front here, which protects the body from rock chips. This Airstream is available at Colonial Airstream, 2021 Basecamp X 20-foot. This is a display model. If you want to come and visit us so you can place your order for next year, that'll be winter or spring of 2021. Our website is colonialairstream.com. Our number here is 800-265-9019. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, comment, share, subscribe. I love it, and we'll see you soon.